And now to the latest on Florida's unemployment maze. Different races, ages, and economic status disproportionately denied unemployment benefits during this pandemic. A new report is out now and it highlights the issue. And tonight on Your Side's Jocelyn Howard is here to break it all down for us. Jocelyn?
Brunt of the impact of this pandemic has been on the backs of working class people.
A new report from the Florida Policy Institute shows minorities were less likely to receive unemployment benefits. About 28% of Hispanic or Latino and 23% of black workers were denied benefits, as compared to the 15% of white workers denied benefits.
It's not that DO knows what claimants are black and which claimants are white. That's not what this is about. There is much more of a likeliness that black and brown folks are going to work in a service economy.
State Representative Anna Escamani says the problem may not necessarily lie in what race box you ticked on your unemployment application. It may be about what industries were crashed by the pandemic and who makes up the workforce in that industry.
We are seeing this dramatic impact on those who already face so many different barriers to economic success, kind of being kicked a little bit harder throughout this pandemic.
According to the Department of Economic Opportunity, accommodation and food services account for about 14% of initial unemployment claims filed in Florida. It's an industry that's often disproportionately done by workers who are black or Latino. The author of the report, Cindy Huddleston, says the problem is we don't know for sure why people of color are disproportionately denied, as DEO has not released that information to her.
It's why having a functioning unemployment system is so freaking important, because it helps to be that safety net.
Jocelyn Howard, First Coast News, on your side.